South Florida Congressman Byron. It's good to see you. Your reaction to Hillary's report, and now $5.8 trillion more is what the White House wants in its new budget. That's more of the poison that helped ignite inflation.
Joe Biden has got to be kidding. If you look at this economy, we do not need more spending. We actually need less of it. And the last thing we need are higher taxes. We actually need to just leave them consistent or actually lower them and broaden out the base. If you're going to get inflation out of our system, the last thing you want to do is actually raise taxes on corporations and high-earning income earners, because those prices are going to get pushed down. Those costs are going to get pushed down to the people who buy products. But of course, Joe Biden is wrong because he's economically illiterate. We shouldn't be surprised. That's how we got into this problem in the first place.
Got it. Congressman, I want you to get your reaction on this. Critics today say Hollywood again and again, showing it's out of touch with the pain Americans are feeling, that Hollywood really is in a bubble. Let's watch what went down. It's being called the wildest moment in Oscar history. Chris Rock said a joke. It offended people. It offended Jada Pinkett. She has a medical condition which results in hair loss. Watch this.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award.
Okay, Congressman, he did not apologize to Chris Rock. Chris Rock is saying the report said he did not know about Jada Pinkett's condition. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, look, I got young sons. I teach my sons that if people are making fun of you, it doesn't give you the right to put your hands on them. What Will Smith did was wrong. He should not have done that. But to the broader point of what's wrong in Hollywood is that they are so caught up in justifying all of their actions based upon how they feel, then the reality is going on. And so while this is a distraction for the rest of the country, the truth is that Hollywood's culture, if you will, has permeated too much of American culture, and that's why we're going down the wrong road in the United States.
Yeah, people don't want the hood gangster stuff anymore. Stop it with the hood gangster stuff. We get it. We get it's part of the culture, right? But people are turning away from the Oscars, and they're turning away from that kind of attitude. And, you know, there was no mention of crime. They talked a lot about politics at the Oscar. No mention of crime when they're on stage committing the violence themselves.
Well, look, let me just tell you right now, somebody who grew up in the inner city, what happened last night is definitely not hood gangster stuff. That was silliness on display. But to a broader point, when it comes to the culture in the United States, we don't want Hollywood dictating that. We actually want parents dictating that. And like I teach my own sons, if somebody's making fun of you, that doesn't give you the right to put your hands on them. It's just that simple.
Trust me, my family's been around New York City since the 1850s. We've seen, you know, what happens with violence in inner cities. We've been there. We've got firemen, nurses, teachers in my family. We get it. You know, so there's that happening. That's Hollywood, right? And now we've got the president's job approval. He's got a new low. He's underwater in the economy. New NBC poll, 2-1, disapprove of the president. It's 33 to 63. He's underwater in California, a state that he won by 29 points. New Public Policy Institute of California polls showing he's underwater in California.
He's done a terrible job. Everybody knows this. Listen, it's clear to everybody. He's bad at his job. We all see it. We realize that the president is not good. There's nothing really else to say about it. That's why the approval numbers are in the toilet. The only thing that's going to help Joe Biden is to reverse course from a policy perspective here in the United States. Until he does that, nothing else is going to change. His poll numbers will continue to suck.
The other thing, too, is, you said the S word, I'm just kidding. The IRS, right? Congressman, here's what's going on. You know, the answer from the Democrats in the White House to fix any problem, just do an open fire hydrant of government spending. Throw more money out the door. $63 million given to 45,000 dead people. That's from the IRS Inspector General. That's the pandemic relief that flew out the door, paying money to dead people. That's what's going on. You know who's ready to pounce? It's former President Trump. He doesn't like what he's seeing. He doesn't like the president's nominee for the Supreme Court and more. Let's watch former President Trump. He's got his own legal issues. He's got the Capitol riots, the vote fraud thing hanging over his head that people say you got to stop talking about that if you want to be reelected. But let's listen to what he said. Watch this.
The left has become so extreme that we now have a justice being nominated to the Supreme Court who testified under oath that she cannot say what a woman is. If she can't even say what a woman is, how on earth can she be trusted to say what the Constitution is? And a party that's unwilling to admit that men and women are biologically different, in defiance of all scientific and human history, is a party that should not be anywhere near the levers of power in the United States of America.
He's just hitting right at that culture war. What do you say, Congressman?
Listen, I think President Trump is absolutely right. The concern with Judge Brown Jackson is that she talks like an originalist. Some of her words sound like an originalist, but she refuses to answer basic questions like, can you define a woman? And so when you have somebody who refuses to do that, my concern is that when they get on the Supreme Court, they're actually going to be the second coming of Justice Breyer or Ruth Bader Ginsburg, somebody I do not agree with that's just going to be looking for reasons to rule the way they want to, as opposed to applying the United States Constitution.
Got it. Congressman Donalds, come back soon.